MeTV 24 Meridian proudly presents your favorite way to start the day. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Candace.
Can everyone believe that this is Friday?
I know. I'm glad it's Friday.
Finally, Friday.
I know. I just, it's crazy because we talk about how the older we get, the faster time goes. And, all week we're praying like, let's just get this week over with. Let's get it over with. And then we're like, why is this time going? We contradict ourselves all the time.
While you work before you retire, that weekend is the fastest thing that ever happens. It's like zip.
Right. It is.
Be on notice. It's almost over. It's almost time to go back to work. I'm just warning you. 58 right now, but you want to talk about weather that's going to be some kind of good this weekend. Let's show the forecast of what to expect. And look at this. Let me show this picture so everybody can see it.
Oh, it's going to be nice. It's going to be warm, but it'll be nice. So nice to be able to get out in your yard and plant flowers if you want to and just enjoy the sunshine. I think we've got, like I said, ball tournaments.
Well, did I mention it's short-lived because it's going to rain Monday?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Saturday and Sunday, do everything you can.
Right.
Odds of you being able to get your grass cut in time because it's still wet. Ours is still holding water. I don't know about yours.
Yeah, mine in certain areas, like low-lying areas, I can't cut grass or anything, but I got most of it cut the other day. I knew I had to work on it a little long during the week, so
well, good.
Be there this weekend. Yeah.
Glad that is happening well for you. As we begin the weekend, I'm sure that there's a lot of events going on. I know that the Shriners are going to have their big scramble. We'll talk about all those events coming up here in a few moments also. And as always, if you've got an event that's a community thing, let us know. You can inbox us, and we'll be glad to share that. Let's see, a few things that went on over the last 24 hours. There were some shots reported yesterday in the area of 20th Street. No one hurt, no one injured. I want to remind you of that, but that was in the area of Highland Park once again. Constantly something like that going on up there.
Yes.
We may have to watch that a little bit closer. And as I brought up, would neighborhood watch programs help there?
I'm sure it would help, but I don't know how many people maybe are against it or for the people that it's causing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, it's always good to where if you see something, call somebody, let somebody know.
Right.
Because there are children playing in these areas all the time. And as we've seen, some of them have gotten injured.
As breaking news, I just got this. Downtown Meridian, 3 officers are on the scene and just have taken someone down from Louisiana. He was on Highway 39 in front of Speedy Cash. Possibly people on the scene are saying that he might have been on some drugs. We don't know. But the Meridian Police Department is there, and they've arrested him at this point. That's breaking news.
Okay.
As fast as it comes there. He was driving a black Ford. We'll follow that story as closely as we can here in the next few moments. Thank you for those updates.
As we were talking right before the show, people are fed up. I think our community's fed up with all this crime. The nation is fed up with all this craziness that's been going on and just odd decisions that people have made that affect everybody. And people they're fed up. It's coming to a head, and I think that, I'm glad that the Meridian Police Department seems like they're picking up on getting the people taken care of. And I know the county is doing the same thing.
Oh, yeah. And I just got a message that he fought them and tried to flee. They wrestled him down. He's been taken to a area hospital. Find out what was going on with that. That is good. Let's see. Now, this was almost as we all sat around, and I got asked several questions. When this originally happened yesterday, I didn't know what to tell you other than there was an incident that happened yesterday in Meridian. And as we go here, let's pull this up so you can see here. This was the scene at Cracker Barrel yesterday. 3 people were run over by a car. Now, as we dig deeper into this, the next question was this on purpose? I didn't know at that point in time. I just knew 3 people were hurt. It was 2 ladies that were taken by ambulance to the hospital. Another gentleman that was hit, that it just scraped him up pretty bad. He refused to go to the hospital. As we find out more details as this is breaking out, always be careful. You can't see this coming.
Yeah.
We had someone that blacked out while they were driving in the parking lot, a medical condition, and blacked out, and they ran over 3 people that were either going in or leaving, and we don't know which it was. But the 2 ladies, possibly some broken bones. Scary.
That is scary. And I mean, I feel for everybody in that situation. If you have a medical condition and
this was the scene there.
Goodness.
I'll never understand how some pictures are big and some pictures are small. I don't know the answer to that.
Well, we hope and pray that they're going to be okay, though.
Absolutely. But keep that in mind. Also, we find out MPD has somebody, and they were looking for him, and he strolls in and turns himself in. As we go to sammedia.network, we see this morning. The gentleman, Cameron Land, turned himself in. He's got a $500,000 bond set on him, murder charge. Again, you're innocent until proven guilty in a court of law, and we'll find out more about that as that comes.
Right.
Busy day around Meridian.
Yeah.
And let's bring this up. I am 129% and over support our police. They do a job, whether it's the county, the city, wherever it is, and our small towns.
Right.
To be a cop, you have no idea what you're facing to watch, especially at dark. You get out of your patrol car and you walk up to that window. You don't know what you're going to be facing. Last night, let's show this. Last night, a Meridian police officer was called to the marathon here on, this is College Park Drive, Highway 19, Highway 1180, how you want to call this, going up to College Park. You get off the interstate there at Waters International, and you go up toward McDonald's up here. Here's Trustmark Bank. Here's San Marcos. They were called to this gas station. The patrolman shows up. He asked the gentleman for ID, and the gentleman lies to him about who he is. They begin to question him more, and he acts a little bit squirrely, and the next thing you know, he takes off on foot. So then it becomes a foot chase. The officer chased and chased and chased, and at some point deployed his taser, took the suspect down. He was arrested. And I say this because it's scary. Let's look at this picture. On foot, down 5th, and they took a right down 49th, and it ends past south of Hooper Street here. This was dark, by himself chasing a criminal. You never know what could be waiting in the dark here.
Yeah. And a lot of our officers are by themselves like that,
Bravery, that is definitely. And I know it's the heat of the moment, and thank goodness he's okay. But think about our officers.
Yeah.
If you're ever passing by, you see something like that, wait. Make sure the officer is okay. They may need a lending hand. You never know. But that happened in the wee hours of the morning last night. Suspect in custody. He may have been transported to the hospital after a scuffle of being tackled there. But always keep our officers in mind. They do a very, very hard job that I would not want.
Yeah, because even if you call for backup, you're not sure exactly when they're going to get there.
Oh, yeah.
You can't just let the person go,
Think of the traffic.
Oh, yeah.
That happened not long ago to where the inmate escaped the car that they were taking to the Kipper County Jail up there to the prison. He kicked the back window out of the car and climbs out, and there's the officer trying to, by himself, contain someone that's escaping. Again, I could not be a cop or highway patrol. God bless y'all.
Thank God we got them.
Yeah, it takes people that are good at what you got to love what you do, no matter what it is that you do.
Because as we know, they don't get paid near enough for what they do.
The example was brought up the other day about a guy that was talking about a friend of his made a lot of money at what he does. He goes, but he is the most miserable person that I know. He goes, he can't stand what he does, but he goes, he makes a lot of money, but he's not a happy person.
Money is not everything.
No.
I mean, it's great to have to pay your bills and
Right.
get a little something you want or need every now and
Right.
then. But yeah,
This also,
it's not everything.
It also plays into having a hot girlfriend. It's not all it's cracked up to be. There's a lot of baggage with that, guys.
Oh, goodness. Yeah.
Y'all think about that. She's always wanting something. It ain't good enough.
Good Lord.
In other big headlines across the nation, we see this. Remember we talked about the guy that was going to get executed last night in Tennessee? He was brought his last meal at around 4:30 yesterday. At 5:26, they halted the execution. And you go, well, somebody picked up the phone.
Right.
That wasn't the case. It shocked me after I read this. There was a problem with the lethal injection. Now, here's what I don't understand. Okay, there was
what
a
could
problem.
be the problem? I mean, it's a,
Yeah,
I
but
don't know.
why not fix it this morning? You go ahead. They've
Right.
got to go back through the court system now and reschedule everything. So he'll be here a little bit longer. Again, he was convicted for the murder of his wife that happened in '89. He was arrested in 1990.
And her sons,
Yeah.
right? Isn't that right?
Been on death row for 32 years. He gets another break.
Goodness.
Seriously, how come you just can't fix that? and
Right.
Go right on with what you were
Yeah.
doing. They didn't do that in Clint Eastwood movies.
Yeah.
Just want to point that out.
Yeah.
Not everybody may agree with me.
I mean, it looks like they could have figured that out right before the execution.
I would think so.
I mean, I would think you would have everything kind of lined up. It's not like you know, it's something you know what I'm saying?
I do, but a rump row happened there somewhere late in the ball game. There you go. Scott said hot or high maintenance. Candace don't want to comment on this.
I know that there are people
You've
like
got
that.
girlfriends that you know that have to be high maintenance, and you feel for their boyfriends and their husband and go, God bless him.
Look, I had a friend one time. She had a failed marriage. I think she's a little bitter. But she said, you know what? I am not married. The next time I'm not marrying for love. She said, I'm marrying for money. I'm going to go shopping. You know, there's people out there like that, you know, but I just couldn't do it. I don't know.
And if you will remember,
I couldn't
Tracy
do that.
Atkins wrote that song that was hilarious of, I'm going to marry for money. Great. If you ever get a chance to listen to that. Good morning to you. We are Scotty Ray and Candace as we wake you up across the Southland here in the state of Mississippi, specifically here in the Meridian area and all across Neshoba County, Hickory, wherever you may be this morning. Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
We've got more on the way, and we're going to tell you about the weekend and what's coming up. A lot of big stories shaking the nation. We'll tell you about that. All coming up.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, day beds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
Spring is here, and it's time to quit spending all of your weekend cutting grass when you could step up to a Skag Zero Turn Mower. Freeman Tractor in Collinsville has the #1 rated zero turn mower, Skag, with cutting widths from 36 inches to 72 inches. Skag, the #1 choice of professional landscapers because they know nothing outcuts or outlasts a Skag. 0% financing for 48 months with payments starting as low as $129 a month. Stop by Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 and see coleslaw or buttermilk.
After a long day at work, I was hit by a truck less than a mile from my house. I'm LaTanya from Hattiesburg. I've worked hard all my life, but I found out the hard way insurance companies can abandon their customers when they need them the most. I needed someone that would work and fight for me, so I called Richard Schwartz, and I'll tell you, I'm forever grateful I made that call.
Remember, I'm your Mississippi attorney, Richard Schwartz. I'm here for you. One call, that's all.
And welcome back. We are Scotty Ray and Candace on this Friday morning. It is glorious to be here. A lot of folks joining us from all over today.
Yes, Anita Flo, good morning. And Terry Shelton, good morning. Angela Dunnigan, good morning. Let's see, LaWanda Grantham, Gail Gafford, Peggy Joyner.
The
Good morning,
unofficial
everybody.
mayor of Porterville. Chris Reed, good morning. Chris is up today. Glad to see the Man of the Year is watching. You ought to be honored the Man of the Year is watching you.
Yeah.
He's still got, how long
And
does
he's,
that,
he's always funny when he comes to.
when is that?
give us a laugh.
You've got that title till what, September-ish? Isn't that when they redo this? Voting starts in June or July.
I think so.
You need to be advertising yourself.
Right. Can you get Man of the Year 2 years in a row? I don't know.
We'll see. I guess you could.
You might.
He said there for a while he was the most unemployed man in Meridian. He had that title for a little while there. I want to say condolences this morning to a dear friend of mine that I've known all of my life, one of my neighbors from Scuba that passed away, and he'll be laid to rest today. I want to say our thoughts are with the family of Mr. Charles Williams. Charles, a lot of you will know him from West Lauderdale. He was the band teacher there, and he was also the principal there for many years. A sweet gentleman, as nice as he could be. He and I joked around a lot. And he finally got him a bigger iPad to watch my weather. Constantly in contact. He's hilarious.
He was a very nice man.
Yeah.
He was strict though. I think his principal. I mean, I was surprised when I heard he was going to be principal, or I think it was principal, wasn't it?
Yes.
And because I was in the band, I want to say in like 7th grade or 6th grade or something. I played clarinet. I never really got to march in the band or anything. But
Yeah, he told me you couldn't play very good.
I really could not. I don't know how they do it, but he was really nice though. And I know he'll be missed.
He'll be
Prayers
at
for his family, though.
Robert Barham Family Funeral Home today, if you want to pay condolences to him. But a true friend. And Scuba will be without a great person in the community. And I just wanted to say that we're thinking of you as that goes. We're at 8:15 on this Friday morning. We're so glad that you chose us to include us in your day. I mentioned this earlier this morning, and I posted it last night. Sean Hannity breaks a record, and it's hard to fathom taking something away from Larry King. But he now holds the longest person being on cable news ever. Sean Hannity.
Yeah.
There you go. He's got the record. He doesn't have the suspenders, but
Right.
maybe that's
or the
why.
big glasses.
Yeah. Maybe it was the suspenders that stuck out so much as I watched that through the years. Had a plane crash in Georgia yesterday. Y'all aware of this? Near General Mills. They're saying that everyone is deceased on the plane. This was a picture of the fire that happened yesterday as the plane went down. They have no idea what caused it at this point or who was on board. Apparently, it was a small plane to where it's not logged as to who is on the plane. They'll find that out, but at this point, it's not released. That's near Covington, Georgia, outside of Atlanta, if you were wondering about this. And this case just keeps getting wilder and wilder in New York with the Queen's mother. They've arrested the guy, and here's a picture of him. He's been charged with murder. Here he is. He's the handyman.
Didn't he confess?
He did. 58 times she was stabbed. What caused the affair, we don't know.
Right.
But they were investigating at least 3 fellows there that may have been involved. That her husband was out of town when this happened. Son upstairs when she was murdered and then put in a duffel bag and drug off.
So the son was upstairs and didn't hear anything? Did it happen in the house? Did it happen?
Happened in the basement.
Oh, gosh.
And it could have been, I don't know how big the house is, it could have been several stories.
Right.
And the bottom floor, you may not could have heard that. And there in the beginning, when they released information on that, they were saying the husband was a suspect and also the son. They dropped that real quick after they figured out they didn't do that.
I mean, that's just a very disturbed person to stab someone at all, but to stab him 58 times.
I told you it was a man that done that.
And from what I understood, dismembered her.
Yes. Oh, yes.
And put her in the suitcase. That is horrible.
Know who your handyman are. That's scary without a shadow of a doubt. That's a few of the things that were shaping up around the nation yesterday. And, and another thing, and let me find the story. Are you up to date on Mike Tyson?
I did see this.
I'm trying to locate the story. I've got it somewhere. But at the end of the day, I watched the video. Mike Tyson, you have to say I don't think the man done it. He took a lot, and that guy just kept on.
Well, they said that the guy asked for a picture. Wasn't that right with him?
He started out with a picture, yes.
Okay, and then he just kept on. I don't know what he kept saying or kept doing.
Oh, he was
Maybe
aggravating.
Just kept aggravating him,
Yeah,
And, of course, I don't know that, is supposed to permit you to beat somebody down on the plane, but still, it is Mike Tyson. I mean,
he's a boxer.
Right. I bet, don't you know that was awful on the other end?
Don't mess with people. I saw the picture. Don't mess with people that are bigger than you. Right. It doesn't give you the right just because he's a celebrity to do that. Sometimes you have to stand up for what's. I back him on that.
Yeah, I don't think he should have beat him, but I think he should have maybe got a security on the plane to take care of it. Well, and then if that if it persisted after that,
sometimes you got to take matters into your own hand.
Yeah,
I guarantee this though: the next person ain't gonna bother him, are they?
I know. I saw the caption: "When you mess with the bull, you get the horns."
Yeah, he got the horns on that one. Again,
right.
It's not right to beat somebody, but
yeah, it's not. But like we said, it is Mike Tyson. I mean, what is he gonna do?
Use some common sense there. Hey, we got a note from the Salvation Army yesterday. Here locally, they are finally moving into their new building. And here we go. This is going to be April the 26th. They're going to have open house from 4 until 6:30. And it's also, coincidentally, the 120th anniversary of the Salvation Army.
All right.
What's that little song they used to sing with it? What was the little song? It'll come to me in a minute.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I saw it on an episode of Little House on the Prairie. I should remember this. I'm blank at the moment. But a good deed they do. They help a lot of people. If you can go by and support them, they would appreciate that. You see them a lot at Christmas more so, but you also don't realize how many times they show up to feed people when there's a disaster, when a tornado has gone through and you have absolutely nothing. Food, clothing, gift certificates to help you get established for the night.
This is the people who, if I'm not mistaken, take up money at Christmas,
Yes.
like outside of the stores. And
They
stuff.
have the angel tree of little deprived children that wouldn't get anything. They help them. They do a lot for our community. And again, if you can show a little support for them, they would appreciate it. We go to out to Southeast. I don't know if you've seen this yet, but a new principal has been named at Southeast High School. We welcome Caleb Smith to the community. He'll be joining there. I think he comes from Sebastopol or somewhere like that, if I'm not mistaken. So
Good. Hopefully he'll have a great experience.
Southeast High. Passed by there many a time. Let's see what else is stirring this morning as we look around. Have we talked about the CNN thing yet?
No, we haven't. We briefly touched on it before we went on air. But
A lot of people were not very keen on Wallace being at Chris Wallace being at Fox News. He seemed to have a different agenda than everybody else. He finally leaves and he spouts off at 2 or 3 of them that he didn't agree with the way they done this. And CNN got behind him. $300 million. He was the face of their new challenge. And it's basically what you and I do. This is streaming. And then we're also carried on television as well. But we do it on the internet where you can watch it anytime that you want to.
And I would think that he kind of burnt that bridge
Oh, yes.
from Fox.
Yeah, he's not going back there no time soon. $300 million. Now, they were expected to compete against these other big places that already have 6-7 million people following them.
Right.
After they launched this, 3 weeks, only 150,000 people cared enough to hit the like button and follow Chris Wallace and his new gang and their new adventure. As the headline reads this morning, it's egg all over his face and CNN as they announce they're shutting it down. They can't lose any more money. $300 million. Let that sink in. Their idea of where America was, I guess, this direction. Middle America here.
Yeah. It's like I said earlier, it's coming to a head. I think people are sick of it.
It is.
They're sick of all this craziness.
And CNN, by far, the first network that really began the all-news network, to where at any time during the day, I used to think when that was first announced, how are they going to come up with enough news? It's only 30 minutes a night.
Yeah.
And it was an all-day thing. Anything big happening, they had it. And they just took what the average Joe in America thought and went the opposite direction.
Yeah.
And people are tuning out.
And, you know, just because it aggravates me. Every time you flip it on, they're bashing people that are conservative. Like we're mean, or and yesterday I did hear somebody comment saying that that's what they push. They push that anybody that's Republican or any conservative type thinking that they're mean and they're against everybody, and that's just not true. It is not true at all.
And you know, and let me say this, and please understand what I'm trying to, and I'm just going to say it. I don't know any other word to do it. I've never thought of myself as being conservative. I've never thought of myself as being Republican. I've thought of myself as being American.
Or fair.
And, you know, there's a right way and a wrong way, and I've never put a political stance on the way I think. After you put it on a piece of paper, yes, I would be conservative, and I would probably, and a lot of times, vote Republican. Not all Republicans are good. Y'all remember that.
Right.
But I'm just average Joe that happens to live in a Mississippi town, average American. And I want what's right and wrong, and you'll probably fall pretty close to that also.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that...
We are the forgotten man and women.
Well, everybody is entitled to their opinion, and everybody is entitled to be able to give their opinion.
Yeah.
And it's just not that way. I mean, nobody wants stuff crammed down their throat all the time. Like it's this way, and that's the way it's going to be, and, you know, you're not going to... and changing everything that we've been used to throughout these years. This country was based on, it was based on like God. It really was. I mean, it was.
Well, those are being stripped away.
And stuff is being stripped. Just it's been slowly happening throughout the years.
This brings up the next topic that ties into all this. As we go to Disney, they've had enough of it in Florida. Now, Colorado is saying, come on over. Y'all can do what you want. But Florida, they voted yesterday in the House to strip Disney. The vote was 68 to 38 after they've just gone on this tangent there of running down the governor of the state. Yeah. They had a pretty good gig going on there to where they governed their own self within Disneyland. That is going away. It is now headed to the governor for him to sign.
I saw where I guess it was the governor of Colorado told them that that's what they were saying though, to come there, that they could do whatever they wanted. Yeah. And can you imagine that?
I'm not sure. And the bad part about this is, when we bring up California, we bring up Colorado, you got to remember there's a lot of people just like you and I that still live in that state. It's the larger cities that think a little bit different than the rest. There's good people in every state in America.
Just because somebody is thinks different than you doesn't mean they're a horrible person. No. It's when they start changing everything and pulling God out of everything and trying to
burn buildings.
Well, that and trying to let criminals have more rights than people who are following the law and trying to and expect the law-abiding citizens who pay taxes and who do the right thing to support that. And, it's just crazy to me. And people are sick of it.
Robin says, karma bites. That kind of fits that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Donna Davis says, go woke, you go broke. There you go. Also, with that same story with Disney, their stock plummeted yesterday. They're losing money. America is finally taking a little stand there.
Yeah.
This has to do with moral values and not political preference, Jessica says. And I agree with that. Drop by and y'all have court with her. She'll be down at Rodney's Muffler today, right by the window there. Go, drop in and visit with her. She'll tell you more about it. That's a few of the things there. We'll discuss all of this as this morning goes. That's, wow. Best I can say on all that. As we glance across some other headlines there, Elon Musk, this is a big story there. As Twitter, as we look at this same thing, you should be able to put your beliefs, what you want on social media, I think. I agree with that.
Right.
Will he take over Twitter? Now, the board, the last I would heard, and you tell me what you've heard, had voted or trying to block it to where he can't buy them. Is that going to stand?
This morning, the last I heard was that it was pretty much a given that he was going to be able to take over.
He's offered $46 billion for it, and he will put up Telsa as collateral to buy it. And he says if he gets it, everybody gets a check mark by their name, meaning they go back on.
Well, I think he was approved for that by putting Tesla up.
That would mean Donald gets his account back. Yeah, we're going to watch this story and see what happens. He's trying to be the rock star of America right now, the world's richest man. Ring, how that feels?
Yeah, I don't know, but
if you're watching the Johnny Depp trial, his apartment was brought up in depositions. Woo!
I'm just wondering. I'm anxious to see, with the Democrats pushing, or this administration pushing the electric cars. I'm really anxious to see how much they back him on his electric car business now.
Yeah, I don't know the answer. Or the table's
going to kind of turn.
I guess it could.
Who knows?
Yeah, I don't have the answer to that. But we'll definitely watch the story and see where that goes. Elon making headlines there as he jumps on all of this. Scotty Ray and Candace, y'all stay close. We've got a lot more coming up. We ain't run out of air just yet. We'll tell you what's going on throughout the community.
Mark your calendars for the Spring Extravaganza Show coming Saturday, April 23rd, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. with a brand new location at the old Office Max building at Bonita Lake Circle. From boutique clothes, shoes and accessories, children's clothing, spring plants, jewelry, gift items. Come shop and have lunch with Jack's Sausage Dogs. The Spring Extravaganza Gift Show, Saturday, April the 23rd from 9 until 4 at the old Office Max building in Meridian. Call Becky at 601-480-1776.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
Welcome back. We are Scotty Ray and Candace. Welcome. So glad to have you a part of this. If you wouldn't mind, if you're watching online, share our page. You can also join, if you're watching from Facebook, you can join us on YouTube. Find it there, like it, subscribe, and follow. And you'll be up to date in case you have issues with one service over the other there. You've got a backup plan. You're already connected when weather or breaking news gets out. You watch us every day.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be great if we got 160,000, like had more than CNN Plus?
Yeah, it would be. We're a little ways away from that. We're climbing.
We're going to make it.
Every day. We're about a quarter of the way there, slowly but surely. Y'all give us time, we'll be there. Hey, let's look at a few things that happened on this date as we roll back. I remember watching this as a kid. Who remembers the TV show Switch? Do you remember that?
I remember the name, but I don't think I watched it. No, I don't think I did.
It was a great show. It was a
I know, but I
detective
just,
show. I can't believe you would miss that. Eddie Albert has a birthday today. He would have. He was also with Robert Wagner in that TV show called Switch, and you'll remember him from Green Acres. Maybe you liked him better than that. But Switch was a pretty good little show there.
I wonder what year that was.
In the early part of the 70s.
Yeah, I was little. I was probably playing with Barbie dolls and stuff.
Yeah. Speaking of, this lady, as we go back and look at her birthday, she is probably the most famous pinup poster girl of all time. Betty Page. Does that ring a bell with anybody? She was born in 1923 on this day. Do you know Betty Page?
No, I've never heard of her. I mean, I don't think I'm be looking at pinup girls, or anything.
She was like it during the 50s. You are kidding
During
me.
the 50s, I wouldn't even have thought. My mama was only like 3.
It doesn't matter. She still is like it. You still see her posted everywhere you go.
Okay.
Betty Page, one of the most beautiful women that ever existed. It was, I forget what, during the early 2000s she may have passed away, but she was popular, especially among servicemen.
Yeah. I'm sure she was.
I'm
and
trying
that's
to teach
wonderful.
this
She was
girl a
pretty
thing or
lady.
two.
She really was.
I'm surprised they don't teach that in Mississippi history.
Gosh.
1936, this old boy came along. We talked about him earlier this week, but today would have been Glenn Campbell's birthday. He was born in 1936.
Goodness.
As Bill said, she was queen of the pinup. Even Bill knew this.
Well, I'm so sorry. I just did not know that.
Trying to help y'all there.
The only pinup, well, I don't even know if she'd be, I guess she'd be considered pinup.
Run it
Farrah
past
Fawcett.
Well, See, not necessarily a pinup, but she was a poster.
Poster girl.
Yeah. She sold the most posters of anybody ever.
Yeah, I'm sure she did. She was pretty too. But
Bo tried to do that little swimsuit scene running down the beach.
Bo Derek, I'm
but
sorry, but I just did not like the braids with the beads.
I heard the swimsuit didn't fit very good. It was a little tight, is what I'm told. That's just a rumor. Some TV movie called 10. Anybody remember this guy, Jack Nicholson?
Yes.
1937 when he was born as well. Huh.
He's in his late 80s.
The Joker,
right?
And he's played in just, we'd be
Great
here all day
star,
trying.
yeah. The Tom Cruise one. What's the one? You Can't Handle the Truth guy.
I know the line. Yeah, you can't handle the
screamed at him,
truth.
"You can't handle the truth."
I forgot about that. Now, Wanda Mosley says that she wasn't that pretty.
Oh, okay.
20 million men would argue with you. But we all have our opinions there. Good morning from Shucktown. Debbie Penny, thank you for joining us. 1957, this would really become a part of the from this day forward. You see this and you automatically know where you are worldwide. It's not just Memphis, Tennessee, but it was 1957 that the gates of Graceland were installed.
That's
There's Elvis
pretty.
there.
I've never been there. And I know
You
it's
ain't been to the
changed
Jungle
a lot.
Room?
I have not ever been to there. And I've heard it's not such a great neighborhood now.
Right, they hand out
but,
bulletproof
yeah.
vests when you get off the exit now.
Yeah.
Instead of people trying to wash your windshield, they're holding up bulletproof vests trying to sell you one.
That's sad, too, you know.
The neighborhood has changed. A lot of crime in that area, but they do have security where you park. I'm not running Graceland down, But
Right.
just really be careful. All of our major cities have turned that way. Why? Because of laws.
Yeah.
I bring this up. I have never seen the show. I did not know that there was a show that existed until late yesterday afternoon when somebody texted me about this, and I went to digging. It was 1977. I never knew that they made a detective TV show based around Nashville and had country stars in it. Charlie Pride, Mississippi's Own, was one of the stars of the TV show. They only aired 4 episodes. And
Really?
from what I understand, you can't go to YouTube and watch it. They're all held in private collector hands. But the name of the show was Nashville 99 was the name of it. Jerry Reed was also a co-star. Claude Atkins was the sheriff in it. Then you had Jerry Reed as the detective. Charlie Pride.
I have never heard of this show.
Huh.
Goodness.
Me either. Only 4
It
of
would
them.
be neat to go back and be able to watch it, though. You know.
Started around April 1st and made it to the April 17th, and it was over after that. It must have been some bad ratings.
Yeah.
They janked that off TV pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to tease you over not knowing that one because I didn't either. I do know this one. I didn't realize it made it this long, though. I thought it was like 75, 76 it ended. She was not my type. This TV show was not my cup of tea.
She was one of the Golden Girls, too.
Yeah, and she was great in that. But today, you watched the last episode of Maude as it ended. Something about the theme song of Betsy Ross done something and she turned it over to Maude. That's all I remember from the opening scenes.
Yeah.
He was kind of funny. And he would go on to be in Different Strokes.
Yeah, and then Rue, I can't remember what her last name is, that was in the Golden Girls. She was in it, too.
Where-
Right there above her. See?
Blanche.
She was Blanche in the Golden Girls.
I didn't even notice that, Candace.
Yeah.
Candace has pulled one over on me this morning. And this guy here, I remember seeing him more. He was on Archie Bunker a lot. I don't know his name, but a lot of people watch that show. And she would probably be author, as Robin says, would probably be labeled one of the very first, is the term feminist or women's libs rights. You know, she I really think she could whoop me with one hand tied behind her back.
She was a tall,
She was a tough woman, very
lady.
harsh.
Yeah.
Scared of her. She was a great example for them to lead the way because anybody that gave her lip, she'd whoop. But a lot of people liked it. Maude. Going back to, Shirley says on her bucket list is going back to Graceland.
Okay.
You better take your son with you is all I'm telling you. Protection.
Speaking of Graceland, Bill Reinhart said that August is Elvis Week, is in August the 11th.
And he's performing.
Well, he's performing on August the 11th.
Wow.
All right.
I've been there. It's a beautiful place there. They do so much there. You can go over and see the Lisa Marie. Elvis done so much and changed the world.
That would be neat to go.
Would be. 1978, you would wake up and find that everybody's grandpa had passed away. And what do I mean by that? How many of you have sat back at some point in your life and watched the Waltons? Will Geer passed away on this date back in 1978. And he played the part very well. A part of our innocence went away when the Waltons aired its last episode. They were America's family, so to speak, there.
Yes.
1976, she would be a big, do I dare use that word again, of women's right, women's live? I don't know how to say it. I'm not sure I'm saying it correctly. But 1976, she would break records, groundbreaking with this. Barbara Wawa would be the first female news anchor on a major network. She was tough. She asked a lot of hard questions that people didn't want to answer.
Yeah, she still does. Like if she's anywhere, in the news.
Didn't she also do some interviews with Michael Jackson? I know that Oprah had the big one that had billions watch it, but she had a lot leading up to
I wish
that.
I could had a list of everybody that she has interviewed throughout her life. I mean, I bet there's no stone left unturned, so to speak, when it goes to those interviews. But I always like watching her. I feel like, when she was on The View, I feel like she was kind of a mediator.
Maybe so.
She kind of kept things calm, and that's out the window now.
I really liked it on Saturday Night Live, though, when they called her Barbara Wawa.
Yeah.
That was funny. 1978, speaking of Saturday Night Live, this would be the very first time that you would see these characters. It would later become a movie on its own and be huge before we lost one of the main characters. What am I talking about? The Blues Brothers first appeared on Saturday Night Live. That was back when Saturday Night Live was extremely funny.
Yeah, it was funny.
And they picked on everybody equally.
That's when Rosanna Dana.
Rosanna Dana.
I need to dress up like her at Halloween. Have the
Do
big
that.
wig. Say, this is Rosanna Dana.
1994, you would wake up and you would find that this guy, although disgraced, very smart fellow there, would pass away. President Nixon passed away on this date back in 94. That's from the Fort Worth Star-Telegram newspaper, as it announced that he had passed on.
1 year old.
Yeah, Richard hit the wrong button there. Oops. We would also, I watched this.
I did not know she'd passed away.
Yeah, it was a life. He went downhill quickly. Who remembers Happy Days?
Yeah.
Didn't we all watch that? The
Yes.
Fonz, Richie, and his little sister. Erin passed away on this date back in 2017.
What was her name on there?
Joni
Yeah. And then there was Joni. Was it Joni
and
Loves
Chachi.
There was
Yeah.
a show called Joni Loves Chachi.
And you never saw Chachi again after that. He may have made an appearance on the Love Boat. After that, it was all over.
Yeah.
Never saw him again. But that's a walk down, taking a look at a few things that happened on this date in history. Maybe it brought back a smile. Maybe you remember a thing or two from that time era. Sometimes memories are great. They really are. Sometimes memories make you go, ooh. Let's head down to the Lauderdale County Farm Supply, exit 151 off the interstate. Been there since 32, doing business. They opened up this morning at 7:30, and they got chickens that they'd love for you to come get. Have your own eggs there. Plenty to choose from there. They're cute. Kids love them as well. If you need a little sod in your yard, get a head jump on this and get it out now as you're planting and getting everything going. Spring is here, without a doubt. All of those that will be working in the yard this weekend, and you will be, fertilizer if you need some pot and soil, they've got that. Trees, a whole lot more, including tomato plants. If you hadn't broke the ground on your garden just yet, they got all your seed and perfect for you there. From shirts, need a t-shirt or a ball cap, included with shirts and shoes. And work boots, got to have those. Lauderdale County Farm Supply, they got just about everything that you need in there. Walk around, browse around, take a look. You'll go through the jewelry department, skillet department, even to the back where you can find all your horse and cattle feed. Take care of your livestock. They'll do that for you. Guns, ammo, where do you find it? Exit 151, the Lauderdale County Farm Supply. Drop in and visit with them today. You'll bump into somebody you know. As the days get hotter, Sanders Gas reminds you to get your air conditioner tuned up. Sanders Gas can repair or replace your whole unit, whichever you need. Talk to Sanders about a tankless water heater now and never run out of hot water. Find out how easy and affordable it is to cook on gas stoves. And those backyard barbecues are coming. Don't run out of gas. Get yours refilled today. Sanders Gas, since 1946, 611 26th Avenue South, 601-693-4054. The Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville has these great savings this week. Red, yellow, or orange bell peppers, 2 for $3. Heinz 57 steak sauce, $3.39. A1 steak sauce, $3.89. Bush baked beans, 28-ounce can, 2 for $5. Whole boneless pork loin, $1.89 a pound. And leg quarters, a 10-pound package, only $5.99.
And we're down home, down the street, Piggly Wiggly.
Benjamin Franklin is famously quoted as saying, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. That is one of the main reasons that Richard Schwartz and Associates are proud sponsors of the Golden Apple Award program. We take great pleasure in rewarding the teachers in our communities for doing the hard and often unappreciated work of teaching our children.
Christy Belk tells us she's got a big old wedding she's got to go to. I hope they've got good cake and some of that green punch there for you.
She says her brother's getting married tomorrow, so.
Good luck with all of that. We forgot
Okay.
all about Scott Baio being in Charles in Charge. I forgot about that TV show.
I did too. I didn't even think about it when we were talking. So,
Diagnosis Murder? Now, are you referring to Scott Baio? I didn't realize that. That was the one that had Dick Van Dyke, right? With the mustache?
I don't know.
I believe so. If I remember correctly there. A few of those. There you are. So, TV shows that come back to mind there. Let's see what else is going on across America. Alex Jones, he's agreed to sit down with the folks about the January 6th committee to discuss his role in the Capitol rally. He's wanting an immunity deal before he sits down. They're trying to blame him for a lot of things also. They just keep stretching that and trying to push that further and further.
Yeah, I hope that comes out too, the truth about that, because we all know that there was more to it.
Yeah,
I think.
It was very understaffed. We know that. Biden forced to clean up some remarks that he made after he appeared to confuse the decision not to delay the end of the Title 42 with the Department of Justice trying to reinstate the flight mask mandate. He got it all intertwined, and they had
They started talking about science, and they said science has nothing to do with Title 42. There's no science anything.
Right.
That's what they were saying. But
It's,
I wish somebody would just ask him questions like, what is Title 42? Like, would he even be able to tell you what it was?
not without his notes.
Yeah.
I really don't think so at this point. He probably sits around and eats jelly beans for most of the day. They keep him happy, and the Easter Bunny leads him places there. That,
Right.
Come back here. Let's see what else is happening here. I'm going to try to word this. If you drop your phone or you drop a ring, be very careful trying to retrieve it. Especially, say you're on vacation and you're somewhere like the National Forest.
Oh, yeah.
And you go to the restroom and you accidentally drop your cell phone down the toilet. Well, the lady was trying to get it, and, the pit was very deep. She fell in head first.
Yeah. It's not a flushing toilet.
No.
Have you ever been to those at the reservoir?
Is that
Do you know what I'm
same
talking
thing?
about?
Yeah.
Yeah. They used to have. I don't think they have them anymore, but
Yeah.
pretty bad stuff.
Yeah.
I would
She's-
not lower myself into.
They had to roll down all the windows for her after she was retrieved from the hole. Let her ride in the back. That's got to be
awful.
embarrassing.
That would be horrible. I just have to say, let the phone go. Let it go.
Yeah. But you're all over national news now.
Yeah. Embarrassing.
No word yet as she got the phone back. It probably wasn't as important after that happened.
Yeah.
Bodybuilder. This is making the headlines of where they don't know why yet. An autopsy has been sent. A 31-year-old bodybuilder, she owned her very own gym and all, has passed away. She's tough looking now, but they don't know what caused her death yet, of what has come of this. She's tough.
Yeah. That does not look good to me. Some guys might think it looks wonderful, and women too, but that just don't.
That's a little much for me as well.
Yeah.
She's strong.
Yeah.
But there's a lot that get into this bodybuilding that do all that.
Yeah.
Even the Arnold Schwarzenegger look of that.
Yeah.
Not all that great to some people. Is it possible to overdo it?
Yeah, I think the veins popping out and all that kind of stuff just is, I don't know, that's not appealing to me. But
Hey, the potbelly is more popular than y'all really realize. Why haven't they had a contest of Mr. Potbelly yet?
I know, like put some healthy people up there.
And we're getting the things of everybody going, ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, not all that. I agree with Candace. That's not a good look. Go ahead, Chris. Live from Texas this morning, joining us. Thank you there. Yeah. We'll go to Oklahoma for our next story. These things just never work out. Will Smith had a little, I don't know, it was weird. We go to this one, a pastor's wife. She faces life in jail for ordering a murder on her husband. She talked her lover into doing it. This was after her husband forced her to be a part of how's the best way to word this, of a lover's triangle with three people. She didn't want to do it. He forced her. So she got the guy that was invited to their home to do all this to kill him. He's dead. She's going to prison. A pastor, y'all.
Yeah. It's awful.
A man of the cloth.
Awful.
We just don't know what goes on. Goldman Sachs is warning us that, we could have some bad times coming up later on. This is a different story that I got pulled up here, but they're saying that possibility we could have some more inflation coming next year.
I keep going back to what they're talking about, food shortages. How bad are we looking at here? I don't know. They act like it's going to be really bad.
We say all this because of the grain that was destroyed over in Ukraine that the world has been kind of relying on after America quit growing it.
But yeah, I've heard this, that they say put your cash or put extra money aside. Don't be overspending, and try to, I guess, put back as much as you can food wise, and just stuff that will keep.
She's been stocking up on Little Debbie this week nobody's business,
I have
y'all.
not been. Usually I am prepared with stuff, but I am not. I'm gonna have to get on the ball.
Speaking of Goldman Sachs, they're also, as people come back to work, they've gotten to a level to where they're not treating people as good as they used to. They've scrapped the thing to where you got a free ride home in a cab, and also that free lunch that they were using to entice you to come back to the office, that's gone off the table. Come on back to work, find your own way home.
Yeah.
They didn't word it quite that way, but that's really what they meant.
Yeah.
These large cities, we look at this. Have you seen the video that is floating around of the guy to where they've done the gender reveal? This is very popular on Facebook and TikTok and all this, where they do the gender reveal. He's got two little girls standing next to him and his wife. They shoot the thing and he comes back pink. He storms off mad because he wanted apparently a little boy. His mother has gone to the internet trying to defend him of what a great father he is.
Yeah.
America watched.
Yeah.
He looked real bad.
Well, when you put that stuff out there for the world to see, what do you expect? I mean, I can understand wanting to have a certain gender and you be a little bit, like, oh, well, I want a son, and you don't, but not storm off. Just be glad you.
That's a picture. I won't show the video, but this is the picture of him walking away there. So
I wonder if he was genuinely upset.
It sure looked at that video.
I've not seen the video, but
the video, he looks like he is some kind of mad. It's just a total letdown. I can't imagine both parents not knowing, though, before they do that little party of what it's going to be.
Yeah,
do they keep
don't.
that from the husband?
Yeah, I think they take and they get it and they send it to, or they give it to somebody else that prepares the whatever they're going to do, cut a cake or whatever. So they don't know about it. But anyway.
America been out of shape this morning also over a MSNBC host. And I'll read you the headline. You take it for what it's worth. I won't go into giving my thoughts on it. I'll just read you the headline. And this, again, comes from an MSB anchor. If Jesus Christ were alive today, he'd be called a groomer and a socialist. MSNBC analyst and former Bush advisor causes uproar with bizarre outburst of saying that. Jesus Christ. Best I remember, Jesus was down the middle. Good, bad, all about good. I'll leave that alone.
Matthew Dowd.
Yeah.
Is his name.
If you want to read more about that, you can. I won't give him any more limelight than that already.
I'd heard that Jen Psaki,
What's she doing
was
today?
possibly going to be going to work for MSNBC.
That's
I don't know.
probably a pretty strong chance of that. She's setting that up. She was even accused of giving them favors, and she goes, "Oh no, it has nothing to do with that."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see where they're still talking about what she called the Peter Ducey guy?
Oh yeah.
And somebody was asking her about
Which
it.
we can't repeat.
Right. I mean, just look it up, what she called Peter Ducey. But anyway, another reporter or somebody that was interviewing her asked her about it, and she just said it again, pretty much. I mean, she said that the network he works for can make him out to look like that, which was just a slap in the face.
It was.
Again.
You don't watch her.
I don't know. If I was Peter Ducey's mama, I'd be.
Well, his daddy does all those cooking books from Fox and Friends. That's who his dad is. I didn't catch that for the longest, who that was, but his son also works for Fox News. It took me a little while to catch on father and son.
Right, yeah.
Maybe he'll have a cookbook part 2. But everybody likes his daddy. He's a good one there. As we turn to talk about our friends over at Godwin Cleaning Services, they're up bright and early, beating the pavement this morning, so to speak, cleaning things, making the Meridian area in West Alabama look great by cleaning roofs, buildings. You can get your business done. Find out how affordable it is to look bright, crisp, and clean. You always look better clean. This is a driveway that's been done up by the carport. Easy to do, all the way up the hill there. Look how much better that looks.
Yes. Looks neat.
It does.
Bright and neat.
253-8262 is that telephone number from sidewalks, and also those concrete ones that wind around. It'll look so much better.
Yes, and safer.
Won't slip on all this stuff. Keep it clean. Keep it. As we look at those roofs, daylight and dark, they can also do asphalt, slate, shingles, all of those. Even cleaning your billboards, making them look better. Salute to our friends out at Clarkdale there. Looks great. Newton, all the way. See them today. Godwin Cleaning Service. Get on a plan. See them. They'll tell you more about this. That number, 253-8262. See them today. They'll help you out there. The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter.
Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're built-in, are conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group. Michael Swansea, your Alpha Insurance agent, truly cares about his customers and makes it easy to get you the coverage you need at a competitive price that you can afford. Michael can tell you more about homeowner insurance. Maybe you've just bought a new mobile home, or you're renting for the first time and need insurance. Let Alpha protect your family with life insurance. And as your business grows, so does your insurance need. Michael Swansea, your Alpha Insurance agent. Call him at 601-938-0123.
Coming home from work, I was involved in a multi-car wreck. I never saw it coming. It was obvious that I needed help.
I'm Mississippi Attorney Richard Schwartz. I'm proud to represent the people of the great state I call home. And if you need me, Mississippi, remember, one call, that's all.
I'm Laura from Columbus, Mississippi, and it took one call and that was all. I called my Mississippi attorney, Richard Schwartz, and he got me $250,000.
If you need me, Mississippi, remember, one call, that's all.
We got 5 minutes before they pull the extension cord on us, so y'all stay close. You got some good mornings we need to say.
Yes. Let's see. Dwayne Chandler's watching from Saudi Arabia. Good morning.
I don't
Glad
know
you're watching.
how far that is, but it seems to be a good ways off.
Yeah, it's a long ways off. It
Be
is.
careful over there, my friend.
Stay safe. Michelle Martis. Let's say Martis, Michelle, and Marshall. Excuse me. I had it backwards. Jeannie Broadway, good morning. Linda Culpepper, good morning.
And the man of the year finally speaks. He says something.
Mm-hmm.
And his advice this morning is just because you're a pastor doesn't make you a pastor.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that, Chris. Good statement there as we look at that. 100%.
Yeah.
See here. And Bill's wishing everybody a good, happy birthday. You know why people
Robert's
do
good.
so many things in America that are wrong? Because they're not punished. There's no line.
Yeah.
Well, let me give you an example here in Russia why you don't do things. They have a war memorial. And I don't know all these different countries. Trust me, I don't. Wherever Zambini, how do you pronounce it?
Zambia. I guess it was it's Zambia.
Yeah.
Zambia.
Yeah, wherever that might be in this world. Old girl that lived there thought it was pretty cute to go up and twerk in front of the war memorial. They didn't think it was so kindly. They took that as disrespecting the dead. She's been arrested and may spend 3 years in jail for doing that. And twerking is if you don't know what that means, it's where you shake your hiney.
Right.
Very sexually, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she done that. They didn't appreciate it. 3 years in jail. Yeah, that cut back on that in America pretty quick, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I've said we don't have strict enough punishments, you know.
I heard Candace humming this as she come up the stairway to the studio this morning. Y'all remember that song, Ain't Gonna Bump With No Big Fat Woman No More, back in the 70s?
No, I've not heard that.
Candace.
I haven't. I'm sorry.
I forget who sang it. That was a huge hit.
Have to go back and check that out. I don't know.
Ain't gonna bump. Hey, this would be awful. How many times have you gone to the dentist, had a little work done? This happened in Illinois yesterday. The dentist was in there. The drill bit comes loose. It's swallowed, and the man has to be rushed to the emergency room for surgery very quick.
That does a lot for my anxiety that I already have.
That gives me the
going to
willies.
dentist, yeah.
Just
Yeah, I don't like, I mean, I know it's a thing you have to do. You got to go to the dentist. You got to take care of your teeth. But I don't like, it's not something I look forward to.
my sockets fall off my wrenches. I guess that happens with dentists.
That would be awful.
That's something to think on.
Oh, horrible.
Next time you open up your mouth and go off of that.
They're not real, they're small. Little
Yeah.
drill bits.
Yeah, that had to be a scary surgery there.
Yeah.
You know, like when you drop a wrench and you're working on your car, you got that little magnetic thing. I don't guess you can do that. No, never mind.
Yeah,
Hey,
I don't think that would work.
We had another person quit in Kamala's staff. This time the chief of staff is gone.
That's 13. 13.
That's a heap of people.
It is.
If we're keeping track. All right. We're coming to the end of our show. We want to say a big thank you to everybody as we wait for sunshine and 85 today.
It's going to be nice. Enjoy it. I hope you get to get out and take advantage of the sunshine and the pretty weather.
You going to sing a couple
Flowers.
bars of that song for us as we go off the air?
What? I got sunshine?
You want to bump?
Oh, no. No. No, thank you. Y'all have a wonderful day.
Well, we'll be back Monday morning, bright and early. Join me in the morning about a little after 8 for an
Yes.
update. See you soon.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: